guys, a Katsina man was spotted in front of the APC secretariat in Katsina State, sending a powerful message. And this is what he has got to say. He said, anyone who collects 5,000 and noodles, 5,000 naira and noodles to sell their votes in Katsina State should be ready to face the consequences. We will identify and expose them regardless of age, status, or position. A man speaking on the streets of Katsina State, guys, you can see him sending a powerful warning that if you dare collect 5,000 naira and indomie, that they are going to deal with you. That gone are the days. Now, guys, in one of El-Rufai's old videos, he made mention that Kano State has 4 million voters. And you can see the massive support of Kwankwaso in Kano State, guys. Kano is totally red. Peter Obi's popularity has surged so much, especially in the north. The south belongs to Peter Obi, but this time around, the north has merged with the south just because Kwankwaso decided to deputize Peter Obi, guys. Like you can see, this person here say, campaign never even start to, Nigeria will be okay. Guys, this is massive gathering of Kwankwasia members, guys. They came out here to show their solidarity for the Kwankwaso and Peter Obi ticket, guys. This is so amazing. Now, talking about what is happening in the north, Tinubu is already jittering. Tinubu is jittering as report says that Larry Olayinka, an aide to Wike, got access to the Inec server and made public, sensitive information that are not meant for public consumption. Guys, that one is what is trending and people have been reacting so badly. Now, I'm going to take you through some of the headlines coming from Nigerians, like this one here. Say, has Wike's aide, Larry Olayinka, broken the law? Watch to see what we know and share your thoughts. That is what this headline from Parallel Fact is saying. Larry Olayinka is said to have broken the law. And this headline here says, Inec has handed its database to APC. Dr. Kenon expresses concern after Wike's aide gained access to restricted portal. Says Nigeria data no longer safe. Nigeria data no longer safe, guys. The Tinubu's government does not even know what it means to keep sensitive information sensitive, guys. That is what we are seeing. Nigeria is gone under their leadership, guys. You must have seen that they are panicking, they are worried, they are scared of Peter Obi winning. Now an ordinary citizen has access to sensitive information, guys, that is meant only for INEC staff. How did we get here, Nigerians? I mean, how did we get here that Wike's aide, if Wike's aide can have access to INEC portal, INEC sensitive information, that means that Wike is swimming in the data of Nigerians. Wike can track anybody, can have access to anybody. If his aide could have this kind of access to sensitive information, guys, that means that his boss might allegedly know more than his aide, guys. What does that tell you? Tinubu's government cannot be trusted. Guys, these people cannot be trusted. And many Nigerians are raising alarm over what is currently happening in the country. Because guess what? The country is no longer safe. Now, let me read out what this person here tweeted. This person has also raised a very vital, awareness to Nigerians about the data. He said, can I tell you about systemic rigging going on? A lot of Igbos in southwest states will not see their name on the voters registration. That is, the card reader will not recognize their card. It is done right from index server. You will have card, though. You have card, but you can't vote once your name does not sound Yoruba. Keep me anonymous, please. This person is sending another powerful information that if you are an Igbo person, you might end up not even voting because your name will not be seen on the server. I mean, the card reader will not even identify you. They will even know who you are. And at the end of the day, they will tell you that the card reader did not even identify who you are, so you can't vote. And at that time, you can do nothing. Guys, I'm going to allow you to take a look at these videos. Let me know what you think about all this in the comment section below. Please don't forget to subscribe and turn on the bell notification for more. Thank you.
How can Peter Obi win any election? Peter Obi is polling 1% in Sokoto, 2% in Katsina, 5% in Kano. That's why the votes are. All states are not equal. The fact that you're doing 70% in Anambra State does not mean somebody doing 10% in Kano is not better than you. Kano is 4 million votes that actually happen. Anambra is what? The number of votes in Anambra is the size of one local government in Kaduna State. So all states are not equal. If you poll states and you make them equal, yes, Peter Obi will sweep the southeastern states. He will do it in South-South. Where else? He's not polling well in Southwest, other than a drop in the ocean in Lagos. He's polling in the Christian enclaves in the north. He's polling well, but how many are they? How many? Peter Obi cannot win the election. He doesn't have the number of states. He doesn't have 25% in more than, the last time we checked, in more than 16 states. He can't go anywhere. Peter Obi is a Nollywood actor, and that's all he will be. This election is between the APC and the PDP because they have the footprint, they have the spread. Ethnicity and religious bigotry will not take you anywhere. And that's what the Labour Party campaign is about.
Deserves answers, and it needs them right now. This was a shocking story, Dr. Abati. Your thoughts?
I think all the people who have expressed concern, their concerns are valid as expressed. To the extent that this is called cvradmin.inec.org, and we're told that it is a restricted portal, open only to INEC officials, passworded. If you don't have password, you cannot get there. In other words, it's not a public website, like say the IREF portal, where you can go and check details about what is loaded by INEC. So if this is a restricted, confidential, back end, then of course it means that the secret database of INEC is open to the public, to unauthorized persons. Because what is the name of the boy again? Larry Olayinka.
The man. Larry, okay.
Whatever. Larry Olayinka. He is not an INEC official, to the best of our knowledge. We do not think that, being a PA, to the FCT minister, gives him the authority to be able to egress in and out of INEC secret database. So for that reason, I think those who are calling for an investigation, they are very right. And we ought to know the outcome of that investigation. And if that secret database of INEC is now open, it should be open to all of us. So that if we want, some people cannot have privilege.
So we should all rig elections.
No.
What are we? What do we need?
If they want to make it public, they can make it public. Otherwise, it will be a breach also of privacy of the persons involved, and it will even be an offense under the Cybercrime Act. We have a law, Nigeria Data Protection Law. We have the Cybercrime Act. People cannot gain privileged access to what is supposed to be the back end of INEC. It means INEC's back end is open to everybody. So we call for the investigation, we call for clarification. Larry Olayinka himself should explain how he came about this. And, the earlier the better.
Nigerian social media is on fire, and it strikes at the heart of electoral integrity ahead of 2027. It all started when Nollywood actor Emeka Ike announced his intention to contest a House of Representatives seat in Abuja, having transferred his voter registration from Imo State to the FCT in a bid to mock the actor. Wike's media aide, Larry Olayinka, posted screenshots on X revealing Emeka Ike's voter details, including his application number, registration center, voter identification number, and profile picture taken directly from INEC's restricted back-end administrative portal, a database accessible only to INEC officials. The post immediately triggered a firestorm, with Nigerians questioning how a political aide gained access to a highly restricted electoral database containing the private details of over 90 million Nigerian voters. Some Nigerians on social media are now calling on the DSS to launch an immediate investigation. Now, Dr. Abati, as of now, neither INEC nor FCT Minister's office has issued any statement addressing the data breach, and that silence is deafening. Whether this was unauthorized access or something far more deliberate, the damage to public trust in INEC is already done, With 2027 fast approaching and 90 million voter records potentially exposed, Nigeria deserves answers, and it needs them right now. This was a shocking story. Dr. Abati, your thoughts?
I think all the people who have expressed concern, their concerns are valid as expressed. To the extent that this is called severeadmin.inec.org, and we're told that it is a restricted portal, open only to INEC officials, passworded. If you don't have password, you cannot get there. In other words, it's not a public website, like say the IREF portal, where you can go and check details about what is loaded by INEC. So if this is a restricted, confidential, back end, then of course it means that the secret database of INEC is open to the public, to unauthorized persons. Because what is the name of the boy again? Larry Olayinka.
The man. Larry, okay.
Whatever. Larry Olayinka. He is not an INEC official, to the best of our knowledge. We do not think that, being a PA, to the FCT minister, gives him the authority to be able to egress in and out of INEC secret database. So for that reason, I think those who are calling for an investigation, they are very right. And we ought to know the outcome of that investigation. And if that secret database of INEC is now open, it should be open to all of us. So that if we want, some people cannot have privilege.
So we should all rig elections.
No.
What are we? What do we need?
If they want to make it public, they can make it public. Otherwise, it will be a breach also of privacy of the persons involved, and it will even be an offense under the Cybercrime Act. We have a law, Nigeria Data Protection Law. We have the Cybercrime Act. People cannot gain privileged access to what is supposed to be the back end of INEC. It means INEC's back end is open to everybody. So we call for the investigation, we call for clarification. Larry Olayinka himself should explain how he came about this. And, the earlier the better, so that the public doesn't run away with a narrative that they can easily correct. Because it will then further raise questions about INEC.
When we complained about Amodipitator's Twitter handle, till today, INEC just released a report. Did they give us did Amodipitator subject and INEC subject themselves to independent forensic? No, they are not going to do anything. OGEC, these people don't rate us. They've called us stupid to our face. They are not going to submit anything. INEC is not going to do anything tangible. They will just release one year reports. What they will do is that they will write the reports. There's not going to be independent auditor. They will write the report and say, this is what we saw. There nothing was breached. That's what's going to end it. And they will submit it and they will keep quiet and they will not talk anything again. They don't care. These people, we know them.
Serious.
We know them. The election is already gangbana.
Personal data. Right now, we are calling on, of course, INEC at this moment, and we're calling on the minister's aide to respond to these allegations.
Hello, Nigerians. Early this morning, it came to my attention that some low-level members of the APC apparently have backdoor access to the INEC server, such that one of them had the temerity and the audacity to display confidential voter data that was only available on the back end of the INEC server on X. Now, all that this does is it confirms the doubts that every single person that has opposed the appointment of Professor Joash Amokpiton as the chairman of INEC, it simply confirmed them to be correct, because Professor Jega did not try anything like this. As partisan as Mahmoud Yakubu was, he did not dare to give backdoor access to voters' data to members of the APC, to which he was clearly sympathetic. For us to get to the point now where we're seeing APC members displaying openly and, egregiously displaying private voter data in public simply confirms to us that there is a certain degree of recklessness in the ruling party, and there's a certain degree of what can you do in the heart of the current chairman of Inec. And this makes his position completely untenable. He has to resign. Professor Joash Amokuton, if you have any shred of honor left in you, now is the time to put it on display by resigning your clearly untenable position as the chairman of Inec. Nigerians can no longer trust that you will, given your open fraternization with senior members of the APC and junior members of the APC, Nigerians can no longer trust that you can deliver a free, fair, and credible election in 2027. So do the honorable thing, please, and resign. Now, once it's gone, once that is settled, a new chairman has to be appointed. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has shown that he cannot be trusted with such a sensitive position. He should not be allowed to appoint a new INEC chairman. Any chairman appointed by Bola Tinubu is suspect. So the only recourse that we have is that a chairman must be appointed by an independent body. After a conversation with an Egmo of mine this morning, I've come to the conclusion that probably the best thing to do would be to follow his suggestion, which is that the Council of State, comprising Chief Olusegun Obasanjo, Dr. Goodluck Jonathan, General Ibrahim Badamasi Babangida, General Yakubu Gowon, and General Abdul Salami Abubakar, all five of them must come together and choose a new INEC chairman, choose new INEC federal commissioners, and also choose new INEC resident state electoral commissioners, as well as state coalition officers. It is really important, if indeed the heroes past, the founders, and the heroes of this country really believe that they have a duty to leave a legacy. The only legacy they can leave at this point is to deliver to us a free and fair election, a free, fair, and credible election that will usher in a new Nigeria. A new Nigeria has to be born out of the chaos that the current administration clearly fosters, promotes, and enjoys. Because if they didn't enjoy it, the Fulani Muslim jihadist terrorist onslaught would have stopped by now. Instead, what we are seeing is every day a new set of killings, not one or two killings, killings of multiples of people, 50 people, 100 people, abductions of school children as young as 2 years old, beheadings of innocent school teachers. All of this is going on under the watch, under the most incompetent watch of Bola Ahmed Tinubu. No military head of state, despite their so-called lack of democracy, allowed this. President Obasanjo did not allow this. When they started out under President Goodluck Jonathan and our international partners conspired against us while he was in office in order to let the APC in, he eventually got a handle on things and began to get rid of these people until the APC got back in and unchained the terrorists that had already been tamed under Goodluck Jonathan. Very, very important. I'm making this appeal to the former presidents and heads of states of this country. President Olusegun Obasanjo, General Ibrahim Badamasi Babangida, General Abdul Salami Abubakar, President Goodluck Jonathan, and General Yakubu Gowon. You all have a duty to ensure that there is indeed a future left for generations to come, so that your names will be forever cherished in the history of Nigeria. Those whose names will live in ignominy know themselves. We cannot allow them to drag the country down with them. The time has come to stand up. Once again, you have stood up before in the past, and you have done well, each of you in your own ways, but it is time to come out and do it again. Thank you.
Let me first of all
a Rolling Stone guy.
Yes, I don't say congratulations to Nigerians. Congratulations to Nigerians that His Excellency Mr. Peter Obi has repeatedly been saying that, trying to assure Nigerians that he will be on the ballot. There's a power in the tongue, and that has been realized today. And that's why I said congratulations to them, because many of them has lost hope that he will not even be on the ballot. But today, that has now been put to rest. Now, when you look at this particular statement you are trying to make, in Nigeria today, I have been a presidential candidate, chairman of political party, IPAC chairman. I have never seen one presidential candidate that can move millions of people from one party to another, and majority of them still remain intact. That is trust in that candidate. So for me, while they are trying to push him out into another grouping, the people still believe in him. And they believe in him till the last minute that he got that particular ticket. That cannot be underestimated. It shows the power of the people. And that is why I'm saying congratulations to Nigerians for staying and trusting in his words that he will be on the ballot, because that is all Nigerians need. And they will galvanize themselves and move en masse, village to village, group to group.
What are his chances, NDC chances? Because talk is cheap, especially when it comes to some of the promises he's making, which politicians over the years have made, which even the current president made. He said, I will give you electricity. If you don't have it, I think if I remember correctly, don't vote for me again.
Yeah.
You know, he's making the same promise. So what are the chances of he's got the ticket of NDC, getting into Aso, the chances of NDC, and like I said, talk is cheap. Is it just promises that Obi is making? Are we sure he will do what he says he will?
Well, let me reiterate his words. He said, take account of our statement. He's a Tokunadu kind of a person. Let me use the word the Edo people will use.
Tokunadu.
Yes, because he also has said that he proved it from what he has done as a governor. He tried to promise, he promised, and he doesn't try to fail. He will be given, he wants the people to hold him accountable. That makes him different. His name is Peter Obi. Is different from another name. So you can hold him accountable to that, because he wants to show Nigeria that when you promise, you actualize it. And that makes you different. And for me, it's one of the things that he has shown clearly. The issue of 4 years become a subject of matter to me. And you know why? Because many people said we can't trust politicians. And in order to make sure that he's been at least trusted, he said, look, at the affirmation, before the affirmation, at the National Convention of the party, he said they moved a motion and said that he's going to serve for 4 years. Then the second motion was moved again to say that after that 4 years, it's going to be moved to the northern part of the country. That for me is a number one confirmation of saying what I promise you is what I will do. So for those who are doubting that whether he will do what he said, not only has he pronounced it, he has also documented, and it's already been copied by the political party and then by Inec itself. That is when you know the trust.
I remember you wrote, I think you wrote a letter regarding that he will do 4 years.
Yes. But many didn't still believe him.
And Yeah, you know.
Even you don't believe.
No, I'm not talking about myself.
Okay.
Well, the talk, knowing politicians.
Yes.
Well, the talk is that his people might urge him. Now it's the East, so to say.
Yes.
That Eastern. Why would you not do 8 years? That when push comes to shove, Obi will probably renege on that promise.
I don't see him as somebody who reneges in his words. Remember, do we want a president that promise and fail? Do we want a president that say X and do Y, which we are facing at the moment now? Do we want a president who said, I'm going to do X, Y, Z, and within the period of X, Y, Z, he has achieved 1, 2, 3, and that his name will now remain indelible in the heart of every Nigerian, and that will follow suit for his people to say, look, we have shown different, that we had a person from the southeastern presidency who promised to do this, and he had done it and he had achieved ABC. Don't you think that will bring in an avalanche of trust for the people of the southeast and northern? So these are things that we need to really look at very clearly.
You've affirmed Obi. Has NDC, who is his running mate? Has NDC got
very clearly, and that is where he's the first presidential candidate to also announce his vice president without waiting. He announced His Excellency Engineer Rabiu Musa Kwankwaso as his vice president today on the podium. So nobody, any presidential candidate, including the presidency as of today, he's the only one, the first presidential candidate to have
Musa Kwankwaso is running along with him.
Very true.
And so on a scale of 1 to 10, of course you stay with Obi. What are the chances of NDC? Because NDC is a baby, is a new party. Yes, some big names have entered there, but the argument has been.
Guys, the latest news in town now says many senators are now demanding for mandatory transmission of results after APC denied them ticket. Guys, that tells you there's a lot of gang up. All these were meant to trap Peter Obi so that your votes will not count. Guys, these people have defected. They are now making U-turn. This is the bill that was passed by Akpabio, and Tinubu signed it within 30 minutes, guys. He didn't even read what is in it. He didn't, because they've already discussed all these plots, guys, cooked up something in the name of electoral reform and passed it within the space of Guinea, and Tinubu signed it. Now, because these lawmakers thought they were going to have direct and easy ticket, but guess what? The Tinubu's government disappointed them, and guess what? Now they are demanding that they want this bill to be reversed. Hey, God. Now you must have also heard that Babachi Lawa said, I will not support Atiku Abubakar. Babachi Lawa makes U-turn, dumps Atiku Abubakar, guys. This is what is happening in Nigeria today. And this one is saying, after calling for Buhari's resignation in 2021 over kidnapping, flip-flop, rain or mockery cautions Nigerians against expecting Tinubu to provide security for schools nationwide. Hey, rain or mockery say Tinubu cannot protect everybody. Go protect yourself. This one here says, if the government can allow us, I have a particular squad at Mokola roundabout. I'm ready to sacrifice my life to rescue abducted teachers and school children. Send us into Oyo National Park to bring them home, and my squad and I will get it done. Ibadan protesters today, they say allow us. Ibadan protesters are saying allow us. We are going to get these people, guys. Honestly, recently somebody actually asked for Nigerian youths to go after Fulani bandits. You can imagine if all Nigerian youths will come out, enter the forest, set it on fire. I mean, these people will have no hiding place. They are hiding in a forest, and the government is not able to locate them. In a world of technology, AI, they say they can't locate them. Anyway, guys, let me know what you think about all this. Now, this headline is Nigerians have begun massive grassroots preparation to unseat President Tinubu in 2027 general election through the growing Obi Kwankwaso movement and the Nigerian Democratic Congress. Across different regions, many citizens are rallying behind the vision of national unity, economic recovery, good governance, and democratic reform as the opposition continues to build momentum. Ahead of 2027 2027, the next election contest, guys. The massive support Peter Obi and Kwankwaso is gaining is unbelievable all over Nigeria. People are like, hey, people are going to come out, guys, or in an unbelievable manner. Guys, this is it. A new Nigeria is going to be bettered in a very short time. This one say, we are not finished digesting Oyo State and we are now hitting with Kogi. We are now hit with Kogi, guys. It appears these terrorists have gone to kidnap people in Kogi State, guys. What is happening in Nigeria? Tinubu has failed massively, guys. Let me know what you think about this in the comment section. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on the bell notification for more. Thank you.